going to cover the first week in September 2017. And notable is the Sun opposing Neptune. And there's a full moon on Neptune. That full moon is Tuesday night, September 5th. So right in the middle of all of this other eclipse stuff, we've got a full moon on Neptune. And that is confusing, delusional, has to do with water and flooding and all sorts of insecurities. Smoking mirror, Tezcatlipoca was called. He's Neptune. I call him priest, artist, doctor, musician. And when a full moon is on Neptune, usually Neptune, the Pope comes out and speaks. In this case, there's a full moon on him. He may be feeling a little... Full moons make things over-emotional. So your priest, artist, doctor, rabbi, Pope is going to be over-emotional and overreact emotionally with things. So anyway, that's happening right in the middle of all of this. On Tuesday night, you get this full moon on Neptune. This coming Tuesday night for you, yes. Here's a kicker. Mars goes to the eclipse point on September 3rd. Yeah. And now, I'm not sure what to say about this, except Mars is there. You know, at 28, Leo 25. Mercury's there also. Mercury hits the eclipse point on Saturday, the September 2nd. Slows down, stops, goes forward. It's going backwards then. It's retrograde. So it retrogrades past the eclipse point, September 2nd, stops and goes forward over the eclipse point, September 7th. So from the 2nd, 3rd, up to the 7th of September, eek, we've got a lot of action on that eclipse point. One more note. Oh, here's Venus. She stumbles into the eclipse point, September 18th. A little ways off for you. So we're going to run the moon around this planetary pattern and see what happens. In about 10 days, the Sun squares Saturn and gets more and more, don't have enough, don't like rules, regulations, don't like Saturn. But for now, let's see, Saturn's sextiling Jupiter. And the moon went by there, Wednesday? A couple days ago for you if you're on the Thursday show. But look at what happens on the Thursday show. We've got a nice trine to the Sun Thursday before lunch, and then Thursday night late, about 10, 11 o'clock, a sextile to Neptune. So this is inspiring. People are making a plan. The moon's in Capricorn, started back here. And there's solid planning. On Friday morning, the moon goes by Pluto. So you get ambitious with the Sun, inspired with Neptune, and then decisive. That's what Pluto does. Either go all the way in or all the way out. It's that Texas Hold'em poker. Now, all in, or I quit. So that's the feeling of Friday, and it could be a good thing for you. In the evening, it degenerates a bit. We got a square to Jupiter. We got too much to do. There's too many things here. We bit off more we could chew. Overexpansion, the clowns. Too much clowning around here Friday night. Overdoing it. Saturday morning, the moon's still in Capricorn. And we hit the square to Uranus. Now, this is where that new moon squared Uranus. And so this could be very shaky. You can get some twirlies here. You could get some shakies here. Yeah. And Friday, Saturday. So you're in a really freaky, tough week. I mean, with all this eclipse stuff going on. And here's a feeling of aloneness that comes up suddenly. What's this? Power went out. Oh boy. Was it the power? No, it was your internet went out. Right here. No, your electricity and your internet and your telephone. And you're just plain feel jittery and alone Saturday morning through most of the middle of the day. Sunday, the moon's shifts into Aquarius, by the way, just before lunch, and it all changes, gets more intellectual. And Sunday morning, here's the moon opposing Venus. So it's no time to expect pleasure and fun Sunday morning. It's not going to be there. Somebody will wake you up early. You can't even sleep in. So that's what Sunday's like. Monday, the moon's still in Aquarius. And early in the morning, here's a nice sextile to Saturn. Here we get organized. Then there's a trine to Jupiter an hour or two later. And right a minute or two later. So here's good judgment. Earthly judgment. I got the budget. I got the wisdom. Trouble is, no sooner do we get all that stuff processed than the moon hits the south node. And we realize, gee, we need help. We need help. The moon's on the south node. Help me. I don't know what it is, but it's there. Okay, Monday, September 4th. The moon's in late Aquarius. It's going to oppose the eclipse point. Yes. Mercury's there. First you get Mercury. Kids, communication, transportation down. A lot of it disappeared. Kids in trouble. Big time. And then you get Mars, after lunch, around dinner time. And this is no fun. The eclipse is real strong in the morning and right through the middle of the day. And by the time you get to the afternoon, evening, Mars stumbles into the eclipse point. I'm seeing young men are in danger. And fires, hots, sharps, aggression, road rage, and big trouble for those who are raging. Monday, September 4th. So we see the moon setting off all the stuff we talked about earlier, huh? And these guys are all set up roughly at about the same time. But when you see the moon's kind of like a little trigger. And the moon comes along. That's what we're all thinking about in our mind. Where the moon is the pictures in your mind, and we all share that channel on the universal picture mind. Anyway, Monday, you'll see, it's not an easy day. Don't plan on doing a lot of stuff. Keep your head down. Tuesday, the moon's in Pisces, and you're going towards that full moon. And it's okay in the morning, but as you go increasingly to the evening, the moon gets to the full moon point, and there's a bunch of people drinking too much alcohol. And they got all these ideals, and all the Christians that are out, and they're all in lunacy, as are the drugs and the doctors and the sparkly people who are all famous. Neptune I class as a malefic. So this guy can do some harm when there's a full moon on him. Is that water pure, or is there some chemical in it? That's Neptune. Look out. Wednesday morning, here's a sextile to Pluto, and you got some discovery, and hopefully it solves some of the bad smells, chemical problems and pollutions, and thefts and deception by sneaky, fishy people that all happened here on Tuesday. Once you find out about it, Wednesday morning you'll know more what to do. But in the middle of Wednesday here, the moon's squaring Saturn, and geez, I don't know, is there a law about this? I don't know if there is. Doesn't feel like it. Feel like I'm kind of stuck Wednesday, the moon squaring Saturn in Pisces. Oh well. Thursday, the 7th, the moon shifts into Aries right here. When you get up, it's just going into Aries. A little more sparkle and energy to the whole scene, huh? Not too bad. Time you get to late Thursday and early Friday, however, here, first of all, it starts with, there's a nice trine to Venus, late Thursday night, early Friday morning. Friday is Venus Day. So you got to wake up early and nudge that person you love next to you. Nudge, nudge. Early. Now, here's the square to Pluto. No sooner did you had some relaxation, pleasure, and sweets than, eek, a bug. What's that? That's a shark. That's a bug. That's a little panicky feeling occurs Friday morning and starts your weekend, which we have every weekend now due to these lunations and things. Settles down a little bit Friday afternoon with a trine to Saturn, not bad. But there's an opposition to Jupiter, around dinner time, and it's and after dinner, and there's too much expansion, too much rain. Finally, early Saturday morning, the moon goes by Uranus. It's electric, or not electric. You might lose electricity. The batteries. I've been through 2 weekends now while this thing happened. The first one was batteries and remote controls for television. It put me through several hours of changes before I figured it out. The second weekend, which just happened yesterday, the internet went down. I'm having trouble getting it rebooted. So again, your internet is Uranus, remote control television is Uranus. Those things are cropping up on you. And you'll see them again early Saturday morning. However, Uranus trined the eclipse point, so you can use some of these electronics to mediate and help, Mars and Mercury, who stumbled into the eclipse like a black hole. So you could get some help here, social media, use your cell phone, take a picture of it, call for help. Whenever you call 911, call the fire department. They get there right away. They'll call an ambulance and anybody else they need when they see what's going on. But they're the guys that are really the heroes, Mars, the true Mars. So some enlightenment Saturday morning. And the moon shifts into Taurus on Saturday, September 9th. And it's not bad. Kind of calmed out a little bit after that common sense clicked in early in the morning. And here, late Saturday night, early Sunday, is a sextile to Neptune. Well, I know how to handle that leak and that water problem and that bad smell. And you can find it with the Neptune sextile early Sunday. And there could be some good music, good religion, art. Read a little Jesus. He's always good as Neptune. And with a little luck, you'll discover some good stuff. And that'll happen in the middle of Sunday. And the discovery and the ability to use powerful discovered, maybe emergency services, I'm not sure, will help Venus. Because Venus, she's having some trouble. So, help Venus. As you go through Sunday, everything fine till you get to real late. Actually, it's Monday, here at this point here, where the moon shifts into Gemini. But just before it does, right here, here's the eclipse with Mercury on it. So that's Monday at breakfast on 9/11. Eek, Mercury is having trouble, and his communication, transportation won't work. And we could have some very large events due to this earthquake. I got to tell you, I wish I knew what it was all about, but I don't have much experience here.